Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about something that kind of recently came a little bit more to light. This is something I kind of been testing on the side, but obviously people are starting to put videos about it. So I thought I'd bring it to the forefront for anyone that was kind of unsure. I've gone through and I've tested different weapons. On last Monday, I ended up going through and testing the QBZ and looking at the various grips, because I think a lot of people are under the assumption that, hey, you know what, certain grips are going to do certain things. And it's really hard to separate what the game is telling you from what the data says when you actually test it, because you're kind of hardwired to kind of have a certain level of trust with the development team that is making the game. Obviously, what we've learned over the past couple of weeks and month is that we can't really trust anything. So what we're going to talk about today is which grips are really helping out. I went through and I tested these for the QBZ rifle, and we're going to go ahead and look at the recoil patterns and kind of some of the developments. If you do enjoy the video, let me know by hitting the like button. If you're brand new, want to find your way back, double check to make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. This is kind of how I was testing the QBZ on the wall. I kind of more of a proof of concept. A lot of times I do these types of tests where I try to figure out if there's some kind of pattern going on, at least initially, before I do a little bit more thorough test. Because obviously you don't want to start off doing thorough tests on a specific thing that probably won't even do what it's supposed to and waste all of this time. You got to try and be as productive as possible with 30 new weapons, 50 new attachments, and something's hidden completely that you're not even sure about. So what I did is I shot the wall, and here ended up being the result. So we'll go ahead and look at this a lot closer. And you can see right here that these recoil patterns are a little bit different as we go through. The one that kind of stands out here is the Bruiser, looking like it actually does less. And it kind of caused me thinking, hey, you know what, is that a lot better? And then people started posting on Reddit. And then I ended up seeing this tweet this morning. It kind of solidified it. Hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and dig a little bit deeper into that and do a follow-up video. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So I saw this tweet from True Game Data earlier, and he was like, hey, I was going to make a video about it. But this guy right here, he ended up doing the video. So I'm gonna leave links. He already did kind of a full video talking about the Bruiser grip specifically and the field agent for like 2 weapons. Obviously, this is a pretty lengthy video when you have a lot of different weapons. We're gonna find out more details. And the thing that kind of was holding me off for a little bit is because I was thinking that, you know, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Raven, whoever's in charge was gonna do some kind of update to actually make the stats match. Because as we saw in this morning's video, the Diamatti, when you put on that agency silencer, it actually hurts bullet velocity while improving range, which is not what it should do. Like we've seen with the titanium barrel, it actually helps bullet velocity when it says it's supposed to hurt range. Like it just doesn't make sense, and it is what it is. And we've seen with the sniper rifles, the grips, none of the grips help ADS speeds. Now we'll look at a couple screenshots so you could see specifically the difference with the Bruiser. Now that we've kind of identified that, hey, it's an outlier. It does help with vertical, which doesn't mean it's always the best grip. Field agent kind of helps with horizontal and vertical slightly, not a lot. We'll have to go through and kind of dig for some secret stats like we saw with the Merc 4 grip. Back a while ago, True Game Data found that one out, that you had faster movement speed. And then a couple weeks later, they ended up reverting that, so it kind of was in line with the other grips. So there's going to be a lot of stealth changes and a lot of people testing stuff. And the problem is it leads to a lot of confusion, because if they change it tomorrow, then this video is outdated. And then you're like, well, you were kind of wrong. Well, I was right when I was right, but then you end up being wrong. Like, it ends up creating a lot of confusion in the community, which is kind of the frustrating part. So what I've done is, this is specifically with the Stoner, because it has a nice vertical recoil pattern. So it's going to be easiest to demonstrate what the difference is here. And you can see it's pretty straightforward. If I go ahead and fire the weapon, this is 25 rounds from the same spot. Fire 25 rounds, empty the mag to go 25, step over, do it again, go ahead, do it again. And you can see it side by side right here. And even if you didn't see these recoil patterns, it's very noticeable within the gameplay. I'm gonna go ahead and put some gameplay in the background right here. So what you're looking at right here, you can actually look at the gun, the way it's kicking, and you can see noticeably when I do not have that Bruiser grip on, there is a significant difference between recoil A and recoil B, and a lot of that has to do with just it obviously helping out. I'm sure there's other variables going on here. Maybe there's a little bit of stability going on, because what I noticed in some of the recoil patterns that I looked at, the side to side, even if the vertical wasn't helped out a lot, the side to side seemed to be a little bit straighter. It would bend a little bit less to the side. So there's probably additional hidden stats that we'll have to find out. Just want to bring this to your attention. If you're struggling with some of the recoils on certain weapons, try the Bruiser versus the Field Agent and see if there's a difference. It could actually help improve it, even though the game says it's only melee, which is pretty terrible. So, you know, hopefully they get this situated, because it is kind of annoying. It's kind of obviously fun to kind of figure stuff out and be like, hey, you know what? This is kind of cool, but it should work the way it's intended. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, learned something new. Please do me a favor, hit that like button if you're brand new, want to find your way back. Double check to make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.